time of my life at HBC. I love my H from my B, my B and from my C. I love my HBCU. I do. Oh, I love my HBCU. I do.
Blacker than the college, the sweeter the knowledge. The blacker the college, the sweeter the knowledge.
The KRSB Network, the sound of HBCU athletics. Anytime, any Play Mobile Media Radio broadcast.
Good evening and welcome to the KRSB podcast. I'm your host, Keya Byrd.
And I'm Orlando Hughes. Today we got something special lined up for you. But like always with a KRSB broadcast, we cannot forget the great Uncle Terrell Decree. Good evening, Uncle.
Oh, so good, and how pleasant to be with you all, the KRSB Network. It's exciting. We're getting ramped up, and it's just a pleasure to be with you.
Tonight, we're talking about the much anticipated HBCU Allstar Game scheduled for August 5th, 2023 at the iconic Rucker Park in Harlem, New York.
That's right, KB. It's going to be the HBCU Allstar Dream Classic. Make sure you use our hashtag. And that's HBCU Harlem Takeover. HBCU Harlem Takeover.
First up, we have the president and CEO of Bridging Structural Holes, Darryl K. Roberts. Welcome, Darryl.
Hey, how you guys doing? I can't wait. That's my slogan of the day. I can't wait.
We're looking forward to it as well. Darryl, can you share with the audience the vision behind the HBCU All-Star Dream Classic?
Yeah, well, it was truly, organic because, my co-producer and I, who's on the line right now, Rachel Naughton, we love our HBCUs. And, she came out and the past 2 years, she's worked with us for our Harlem Renaissance Classic, which takes place over the Thanksgiving holiday. And it was one of those things where, we were both thinking about how can we elevate the brand experience of HBCUs and connect them with the community and corporate brands. So I came to her and I said, listen, I had this dream that we could do this all-star game. And before I could get the words out of my mouth, she said, okay, let's do it. We're going to do it. And, she and I worked well together in harmony, and we started piecing it together. And once we stepped our foot in the water, there was no turning back, and we anticipated this day from the very beginning, where the tickets would be sold out, the phone is ringing off the hook, and everybody wants to get involved now that they see it's going to be a huge success. So that's pretty much how this thing went through its genesis stage to the point where it's at right now.
Right.
Absolutely.
And Darryl, you're talking about a sold out event at Rucker Park, Harlem, New York, up there. What can the people attending and also the people listening and watching here on KRSB expect from this major event? Tell us a little bit more.
Well, the person who can really answer that question, because every time we're asked that question, Rachel chimes in. So I want to defer to Rachel on answering that question, because when she talks about what people can expect, it sends chills up and down my spine.
All right, so before we even go there, we got to officially announce Rachel Naughton, Eva, the book writer, the St. Paul Tiger, hello, Eva. Welcome.
Hello.
Also the New Yorker as well. Tell us about this event.
I was waiting for more titles. I was sitting back and enjoying it. Well, just to piggyback over what Darryl was saying, the Rucker Park, like, you guys were speaking about the iconic basketball mecca nestled in the heart of Harlem. You can't beat it. And as I always explain, with the rich history of Rucker Park and why it became the platform for the HBCU Allstar Dream Classic is one, because we get to those players, the fans, the community, and those who haven't been into Harlem. There's some players that come from out of state. They're coming from across the nation. They get to explore Harlem's culture. They just because with Harlem, you get to showcase the cultural significance of Harlem. They highlight the importance of African American art, music, culture. Right now we're also intertwining and celebrating hip hop's 50th anniversary, which was birthed in New York. So we get to showcase to them the iconic landmarks, such as the Apollo Theater, even the Abyssinian Baptist Church, studio, museum in Harlem. So they're going to go around and go on a tour bus. I mean, this is like none other. We get to interview the local residents, the artists. There's going to be some artists that's going to be performing. The communities there, we get to bring the HBCUs there, the culture from HBCUs mixed with Harlem culture. You can't beat that. They get to see the D9 schools, because I'm from New York. And when I lived in New York, I didn't know anything about HBCUs. I'm the first generation HBCU grad in my family. So, and I know there's a lot behind me, which is one reason why Darryl and I decided to, bring an HBCU to Rucker Park. So you get to see the D9, the cheerleaders, just the culture. Yes, there's going to be fans there with Howard University T-shirts and sweatshirts and Tuskegee. I mean, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful scene. And it might even bring tears to my eyes. My alma mater, St. Paul's College, is no longer in existence. And this talks about it, being resurfaced and coming back to life. But right as of now, I don't have that, that cord to go back to, that school to go back to like everyone else. I don't even have a T-shirt from St. Paul's College. So that excitement of the HBC schools and players highlighting and growing their recognition and talent coming from historically black college universities in the basketball world is a wonderful thing. And I'm just so grateful to, being a part of this iconic event.
And we have to give credit, the assist credit to Darryl Roberts for passing the mic to Rachel on that one. I like that.
Hey, she and I are a team, and we don't always agree, and we argue like tooth and nail sometimes. But one thing that we're in agreement on is that when we made the decision to do this, it was the right decision, and it was done at a time when, you think about it, those who are of the HBCU culture, there's nothing HBCU going on in the summertime. Right. There's no sports, there's no homecomings, there's no graduations. And it's like that for colleges across the board. So when we hooked into this and we realized that, we looked at one another and said, wow, we've been blessed with this opportunity. Let's make sure we take full advantage of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, Orlando, also we have Jatoria Willis on the phone.
Jatoria's on the phone as well. All right, so let's bring her in. So we're just gonna freeform. We're gonna freeform, and it's gonna share love. And look, it's exciting. 40 HBCU players at the Rucker. Mm-hmm. And before we bring in Jatoria, I got Coach Watson texting me. We had another Spartan trying to call in and just disrupt everything. Folks, KRSB Network, we can broadcast any game everywhere, but this is the first podcast that we've ever done. So this is special for us.
Awesome.
And, podcasting is Uncle Rel's thing. That's what Uncle Rel knocks out. So
right.
But let's talk about the teams. We got 40 players, some great coaches, legends on the men's and women's side. But Darryl, Rachel, I'll throw it out to you guys. Tell us the teams.
Sure. I'm going to go with the ladies first because we
Always,
always talk
always,
to bring the
always.
ladies first. So I mean, Darryl and I, we spoke about what players we were looking for. I mean, of course, we could have just got players just because they went to HBCUs, but we decided to actually do some research and look for players that would really make an impact on this platform. So, I mean, the name of the players, I'm going to give that to Darryl because he did a great job and he named the players. We both was going back and forth. I mean, we got Sojo's Truth and we got Althea Aces. I mean, come on now. I think those are super dope. So I couldn't even fight him on that. So, I mean, we have, let's talk about Jatoria Willis. She graduated from Tuskegee University. We have schools all over the country. Savannah State, Lincoln University, Russ College, Morgan State, Winston-Salem, Johnson C. Smith, Xavier University, Norfolk State, Coppin State, and the coaches are phenomenal. We have the coach in Sojo's Truth is Coach Vanessa Watson. She is a legendary coach, and she just retired out of New Jersey. Right. I mean, I played against players. I played with a few of her players coming from Shabazz High School in New Jersey. I mean, she's legendary. Right. And it's crazy because there's not a lot of women coaches who get that type of recognition. Her win-loss record is phenomenal. And we're going to Althea Aces. We have schools again from Norfolk State, Jackson State, Edward Waters College, Savannah State, Shaw University, Livingstone University, Grambling State, Lincoln University, Tuskegee again, and another Savannah State player. The coach from there, the head coach is Barvinia Wooten. She graduated from Virginia Union. I mean, 7-time Hall of Famer. She coaches a pro league. She started her own professional women's league. Some of her players went overseas, plays in the WNBA. I mean, so we did a great selection. We did a great job in selecting these players and coaches. We took our time. It wasn't just because they went to an HBCU. We actually did our research on these players. And same from the men's side. I'm going to leave the men's side for Darryl, but we have, 2 coaches for each team and an ambassador. So for the Sojo's Truth, we have Vanessa Watson and Angie Jones, the co-coach, and the ambassador is Keith Perry from FUBU Radio. Oh, wow. For the Althea Aces side, we have Barvinia Wooten, who's the head coach, and the co-coach is Ashley Gladden. She's also an HBCU alum. And the ambassador is Brenda Alexander. So she's also a part of Bridging Structural Whole. So there's a lot of, history and culture that we're bringing to the platform. Wow. So I'm going to leave the ML Kings and the men's team. Let me let him introduce his team.
We're going to ask Darryl. We're going to hold Darryl, tell you, hold off on the men's right now because it's the ladies' hour. So we're going to let the ladies go because we got Jatoria.
Oh, absolutely.
Jatoria Willis, 5'11", guard out of Chattanooga, playing for Tuskegee. And welcome, Jatoria, to the KRSB Network. Inaugural podcast.
Yes. Hey, everybody.
Come on, Jatoria. You gotta give us some more love. You gotta give us some more love. Hi, Jatoria. Welcome to the KRSB Network.
Well, let me just give her a little bit of this young lady's resume. This is the CIAC Woman of the Year that we have on the line tonight, who graduated with a 3.7 GPA. This is just nobody ordinary, okay? And she is the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. I watched a video on this young lady, and if you come into the lane with some weak stuff, you're going to get your feelings hurt. So anybody listening, just know that.
I love it.
How are you, Jatoria?
I'm good. How are you?
We are doing well. Are you excited about Rucker Park, this inaugural HBCU All-Star event featuring the ladies? I mean, you're Miss SIAC.
I am excited. I'm really excited to just experience Rucker Park because I've never been in New York, and I know the whole hype around Rucker Park is like such a big deal. And to be able to bring the HBCU culture to it, like I'm excited to experience that, especially with this being the first time.
Oh wow, awesome!
Yes.
Uncle Rel.
Yes.
Did we lose Uncle Rel? We didn't.
No, you didn't. I'm here. Lord, I'm here, everybody. Score the basket for the ladies, and the history. I'm being a digital sponge back here and just absorbing. When you spoke of the culture, and that is my hot button item, bringing it to the boroughs where you get to feel the pound of those feet hitting the asphalt, the cheerleaders screaming, and then you hear the chants and the hollering and hooting of every slogan from those schools that'll be represented. It is something, as you said, to a New Yorker, and shout out to the young lady from Chattanooga. I was in kind of your backyard last week on business in Nashville, so nice area. My first time there. As I digress, but we just being able to bring that energy. You got all of that culture in Harlem. I mean, you talking about it. It's gonna be a million times while somebody go up and get a layup. They're gonna be saying pause every 5 minutes based on whoever's doing the PA announcement up there. But the aspect of bringing this culture, and salute to you, stepping outside of the concrete jungle, going and getting that HBCU experience, and also recognizing the fact that there's so much more of a window that needs to be exposed to that. I love the partnership, bringing it right to the essence. And to the young lady from St. Paul's, I'm here in Virginia, so I'm familiar with that school down there off of 58. And don't feel like it's gone. You represent it everywhere, and you remember there are a lot of things that are in existence that still burn. You are the fire of St. Paul, so don't ever let that go anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet, y'all.
You was preaching for a second.
Okay, so Jatoya, tell us about, do you know any of your teammates? Are you familiar with your team? You talk about Mia Goldsby, Deja Woodard, Jasmine Coleman. Have you played against or know about any of your teammates on the Sojo Troops?
The teammates from Savannah State, I know them just because we play against them, but everybody else I am not familiar with. I have not seen them play.
Okay, so this is going to be
so far I
eye-opener
just know
on
one person on
multiple levels, so this is going to be new to you. So we heard about your defense. We heard about your offense. What can people expect? I mean, it's going to be a sold-out event. What can people expect from you at Rucker Park? Because when you come to Rucker, you got to show a little something too. This is where legends are made.
They can expect a show.
Okay.
They coming for a show, we're going to give them a show.
Okay.
I hear that. Let's go.
Thank you, Jatoya. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. So.
No problem. Appreciate it too.
So I just have Coach Watson on the phone with us. I just added her into the call.
Hello, everyone.
So Coach Vanessa Watson, the living legend herself.
The living legend. And we feel like we need to play Alexa. All I do is win, win, win. This lady has a record. Unbelievable.
Thank you. Yes.
So, Coach Watson, welcome. We have a full house right now currently. We have Darryl Roberts there. We have Rachel Naughton, Eva on the phone. We have Jatoya Willis, SIAC Player of the Year on the phone. One of your players for the All-Star game. Myself, Orlando Hughes, and we got Uncle Rel there, who's somewhere in like downtown Norfolk, more than likely there. So we got a full house. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me. Thanks for having me here. I'm super excited, and I'm even more excited knowing that Jatoya is on my squad. That's one up for me right there already.
There you go, Coach. And I got to give this to KB, because KB and between KB and Eva, well, Rachel, you just Eva now. Yep. I'm just calling you Eva. So yeah, I'm always
that's fine.
Yeah. I can't be dealing with dealing with legal government names. So but between the two of them, and from what I know, everyone raves about what you have done. I'm not gonna put years on you, but you've done it for a long time up there in the brick city of Newark.
Yeah, long time. Long time. Just putting a lot of heart and soul into it, and being there for the young people. It just became a thing of we have to get people to know us. We have to get to the place where they see us. And it stuck. And the girls put the time in. You know, it's like we have to get to the big arenas. We have to beat the people who they say are so much better than us, so that we have the same opportunities, because that's what it was all about. And, you know, my hat goes off to these young women who bought into the whole idea of it. They made the sacrifices. They worked really hard. They made it to the big arenas. And, you know, the rest is history. They had golden opportunities and their lives just changed, and it just continued and continued for so long. You know, it was difficult to walk away from it because of that reason. It's like with the ones that we leave may not get the same opportunity, you know, but you have to pass the torch and hope that others do the same. And it's happening. It's happening in a lot of places. You got a lot of good people in the game. You got a lot of good people looking out for young people, and our young people are doing some great things. You know, this whole list that we have coming to New York, you know, it's that and so much more. So, you know, that's what we do. That's what we're supposed to do as coaches, as teachers, and, you know, and those are the rewards, to see the successes of so many young people. So my hat goes off to all of them.
Absolutely, Coach Watson. So what are some of the things that you're doing to prepare for this game at Rucker Park?
I'm just being excited. I'm just ready to have fun. I don't know how much preparation I need to do. You know, I'm just be a little familiar with the players. I've had a couple of opportunities to do all-star games, and you just kind of walk in blind and you assess real quick, and you pick and choose, and along the way, and all of a sudden you just find a way to get out of it. But, you know, the whole idea of just everybody having an opportunity to play at the Rucker, I mean, it's just, we know how big that is. And we're talking all-stars. We're talking people who know this game and enjoy this game and respect it. And I just see everyone coming together and just enjoying getting to know each other, enjoying being out on the court, and finding a way to just make it look good, play good, and go for the win. You know, I'm just excited about it.
Absolutely. And how do you feel like these events bridge the gender gap?
Oh, it's just great. Just having. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you feel like having the women's game and the men's game on the same day is going to bring a spotlight to just how fantastic women's basketball has become in the last few years?
Yes, for sure. I mean, it's big. I mean, we know that the men's game has always been huge, and the women have come a long, long way. And the best part about it is that, you know, the men are enjoying the women's games. So I just felt like when we got to the point where we were getting the male audience, then we were doing something really well. And it has grown tremendously. You know, that was one of the things I saw happening even with the WNBA. It's like we need the men to see us and to enjoy watching the women play. And it has come just that far. I remember the Jordan Classic. I actually had an opportunity to do the first women's game. You know, Maya Moore was a part of that. And,
wow.
You know, just the fact that had been going on for so long, and then they finally recognized the women. So it's always big to have both the women and the men play together. It does so much more for the women's game because, of course, you're going to get large crowds for the men. But those large crowds come in, even if they come in a little bit late and they sit there and they're in awe of the women, then that just makes them come back the next time and the next time. So it's a great opportunity for the women to be with the men.
Absolutely.
And Coach Watson, I don't think they're leaving because, you know, this is the Rucker. So you get your butt up. You don't go to, if you go too long to the restroom, you losing your seat.
I know.
So
you're gonna lose the spot, right?
Yeah, you're gonna lose your spot for sure.
Hold your spot. Oh yeah.
Well, Coach,
That'd be great.
I thank you for joining us. We're so looking forward to it. And my apologies. I sent her a time and I put 2021. So, you know, I'm a fly.
Wait, can I
Unless she has a time machine.
Can I just add
it up with this texting and Instagram and all that? You know, I'm a little slow, but I get it.
I'm aviation coach, so my apologies. It can't turn it on sometimes. So, but Eva has a question for you.
No. I just want to add to her, her accolades. I mean, her resume is is amazing. And I coached before, and I used to be a coach. And coach, I played with a few of your players that graduated from Shabazz. We we all went to St. Paul together. Chi, Sana, Quinn. Yeah, we all played together. They came from Shabazz. It was always New York.
So did you know Chanel?
Chanel, yes, Chanel, yes. Chanel was, she played the 4 position. I played the 3. Yeah, Chanel was an up and under. She had a great up and under.
Yes.
So we are so familiar. Oh, she's done well. Yes. But I just want to tell, the listeners, like a little bit about, because I know a lot of times when we're talking about ourselves, we're too modest, but I mean, your overall record, 720 wins and only 109 losses. I mean, you're posting almost over 800. You know what I'm saying? Over 80%. That's awesome.
And it kind of
did tournament championship.
It kind of didn't hit me till it was all over. You're in the inner city, and you get people behind you. It just becomes a thing where they just expect it. And then that's more pressure. So it was a lot of pressure, and you just wanted to keep everybody happy. And like I said in the beginning, it was about the athletes, young athletes. Then it became about the entire community. It was like people were saying, "You have to do this for all of us," and it's like,
wow,
okay. And then most times I was a little nervous if we didn't get it done, what might happen? But you're doing the right thing, good things happen, and the community embracing us. It just kind of helped us to work even harder, and and honestly, I didn't realize how good it was until it was over. Like, wow,
right.
Look what was done. And I was just happy for everybody,
Thank you.
So,
and one last thing.
It's a lot now.
One last thing. I mean, we didn't speak about it, but she graduated. She was a point guard at Virginia State. And in 1980, she won the CIAA championship.
Well,
so I definitely wanted to add that.
For the Trojans.
No, we wanted to speak about it, but we didn't really want to speak about it because, we're Spartans. I told Coach yesterday, we're Spartans, but it's all love.
I did bring in that first CIAA championship. So
that's so awesome.
That's huge, yeah.
So, Jatoya, are you looking forward to playing with Coach Watson?
I am. She sounds like a great coach.
And she sounds like a great player, so that's a great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's just going to be really good to get into the mix and have that whole HBCU feel. It's going to be like coming back home. And it's happening in Harlem, so it's going to be great.
Right. We have somebody has their mic open in the car, so if you could just set that on. Thank you. Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to sit with everyone. We are looking so forward to sitting down with you next week. We can't wait for this game. Coach Vanessa Watson, the living legend herself,
Thank you.
and coaching the Sojo's Truth. One of her players is on the line. Jatoya Willis, Miss SIAC is what I'm nicknaming her. She said, look, she said she's going to put on a show. So we thank Jatoya for hanging with us this evening. And we can't wait next week to sit there and to, have HBCUs up north. That's just kind of a rare thing to have this event. And especially to have ladies.
Exactly.
Yeah, ladies playing on the court. I can't wait.
Yes.
And we have a lady that can dunk. Let's not forget about that. From
Is she on my team?
University. I cannot confirm or deny, Coach Watson, but there's a lady that can dunk. I've seen it.
All
right, Coach.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so
all.
much. So Coach Vanessa Watson, the head coach of the Sodro Truce. You are listening to the KRSB inaugural podcast celebrating the HBCU Allstar Dream Classic next Saturday. Darryl K. Roberts already told you it's sold out, so you got to listen to myself, KB, Uncle Deuce, Rachel. We probably gonna slide you down there and sit in the booth. Don't act like you're uncomfortable and call and do a couple calls with us. But
I certainly will.
yeah, we got some more stuff there. We're gonna take a brief 60-second break, reset the lineup, get Darryl back in here. We're going to talk about the men's basketball, and we're going to also get Deja Francis to join us as well. We got a list of HBCU All-Stars playing with us. Just to let you know, Khalif Tate will be joining us out of Virginia Union. Marquise Goodwin out of Hampton. Still, it's Hampton. I got to let that go. Out of Hampton. And Kobe Dixon out of Howard. And Darryl was starting trouble, said we should just put the Hampton and Howard player together at the same time.
We have to hash out which one is the real HU.
Which HU is going to step up?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
HU.
So we're going to take a quick break, reset, bring everyone back in here. Again, I got nothing to say. KB, Darryl, it's open house for me, so you guys can take the floor.
I'm counting down the days to the Rucker. I'm so excited about this game. I've been researching some of these players, following them on Instagram. Rachel and Darryl did an amazing job selecting 40 of the best HBCU players around. So congratulations on making this a very special game.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
let's step away real quick. Be back in about 60 seconds. Continue this podcast, reset, get the gentleman in here. We're going to also squeeze in. I heard KB, Darryl, Eva, and Uncle Rel that Coach B. Wooten will be joining us a little bit later as well. She said she'll sneak in here and say what's up to the game. So we'll step away just about 60 seconds, reset the lineup. We'll be back right after this.
Join the HBCU Madness Challenge and show off your school pride with KRSB Network's mobile media radio.
All right, welcome back here to the KRSB Network initial podcast. Orlando Hughes, Keya, Byrd, Uncle Rel, Terrell Decree, Darryl K. Roberts, Rachel, Eva, Naughton. We got the gentleman on the line here, so we just mass call everybody. Got them on the line. We got from Hampton University, Marquise Goodwin, 6'5", 195. He was a Hampton Crabber as well on the line, as well as Khalif Tate. Gentlemen, welcome.
What's up? How you doing?
We are loving it.
How we doing?
We are loving it. So, gentlemen, in we can just take this and I'll throw it to you, Khalif. Have you been to the Rucker before? Have you been? Guess not. Marquise, you?
No, I haven't been before.
All right. So how are you feeling? I mean, this opportunity. This is the world largest street ball playground and ever. I'm from Philly. KB's from Philly. Uncle Russ from down there where you are in the Tidewater area. But when you talk about street ball, it begins and ends at Rucker Park.
Man, I'm extremely excited, man. Like down here, all we do is hoop, and all I think about and do all day is hoop. So like the fact that I get the opportunity to play in one of the biggest hoop atmospheres there is like it's like a dream come true. So I just want to go out there and just perform because get one shot and it's the shot right here. I'm just thankful.
Wow. Wow. So
And Marquise, we know you've seen all of the N1 tapes and all of the videos of Rucker Park. What are you going to bring to it? What's going to be your signature move? Because they said if you mess up, they let you know about it.
Yeah, facts. I mean, my go-to move, honestly, gonna be just reacting to the defense. Honestly, like I mean, I just play. Like I don't really think too much about it. I mean, I go out there, but most of the times, all the times, actually, I'm gonna make sure I put on the show.
right, right. Okay, okay. And Marquise, so we had to start a little trouble. We were gonna put you on with Kobe Dixon.
He's on here.
You got Kobe on it? Oh, good, good.
I have the HU.
So welcome.
I was trying to be messy like back in the day when you make a three-way call. Yeah, he's on here.
So Kobe Dixon, Howard University. I got it written down, Kobe. So I'm not going to say that other school that I said before. Transferred in from Cornell. I wrote it down. But welcome to the KRSB network. You're on the phone with family. I'm not even going to introduce everybody. It's just family here. Darryl K. Roberts, Rachel Eva Naughton. You heard Marquise from Hampton University. Myself, Orlando Hughes, Keya Byrd, Terrell Ducree, Uncle Rel, as we refer to him. And we even have a Spartan. So we're really starting trouble because we have on the line Miss Deja Francis, our fellow NSU alum, player, but welcome. And but
You know,
Behold.
but I mean, gentlemen, so you guys got a squad. I mean, you are playing, and Darryl's going to talk about this a little bit later, but Marquise is you, it's Kobe, you got Cress Worthy, Sam Sessions, Justin Longstreet, Cameron Campbell, Akoi Parker, Alex Nunnally, and Yasim Hooker. And you're coached by Kenny Anderson. Like, wow.
damn.
Speak to
It
it,
just
gentlemen.
got real, didn't it?
Yeah. Speak to it. Any of you two guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to get out there. Team full of hoopers is always fun to play with, especially at Rucker Park. Why? I mean, they said it earlier. I was watching the N1 videos growing up. I was decked down in my N1 gear. But now it's just
Now don't wear the N1 shorts for this. Don't wear the N1 shorts, Kobe. Don't wear them.
Nah, I don't got it no more. I don't got it.
And I mean,
And we have to congratulate Kobe on his MEAC championship
yeah,
ring,
yeah.
the
Hell of
2023 season.
yeah. You guys were a tough team.
Yeah.
Tough. So
Yeah, that was an emotional moment for us.
Right.
First time in 34 years, however long, outright regular season and tournament champions. Just to put on for the whole Howard community like that, it was really a special moment to be a part of.
no, listen, we were there at Howard that evening that you guys defeated, and apologize, Deja, but you defeated the Spartans, who were the two-time defending champions, and you guys just flat out took it to them, and then you played them less than a week later. Well, actually, a little bit more than a week to win the MEAC championship. You said the first in 34 years, but I mean, you guys had a squad this year.
Yeah, no, I mean, we had a lot of talented dudes on the court. I don't know how closely you watch, but we had sub 5 in, 5 out just because we were that deep.
Yeah, hockey
Um,
lineups. Now you could Rachel's a
yeah,
broadcaster, Keya's a broadcaster, Uncle Rel's a broadcaster. You guys were doing hockey lineup substitutions. You're killing my brain. We have to just
yeah.
who's on the court, set the lineup for Howard like every dead ball.
I mean, for the first to start off, you got um, our player of the year personally, but you had Steve Settle, 6'10", wing, could shoot the ball, could drive, could do all that. Jordan Wood, knockdown 3-point shooter. Um, you had Marcus Dockery out there, another knockdown shooter, really talented. And then you had the freshman of the year out there too, Shy Odom.
Right.
I mean, that's one in itself.
Yeah, the Boston kid.
But then coming off the bench, yeah, and then coming off the bench, you had Khalil. Khalil. He was a starter before this last year. Really solid point guard. You had Jelani Williams, another Ivy guy that transferred in with me, my roommate. And then you had me, and then the other two spots sometimes get mixed up, but there's always solid five in that second lineup too. Could be their own starting five.
Yeah, you guys were talented. You were talented. So we want to swing it over to you, Marquise. Didn't get an opportunity to see you guys this year because you guys ran away to the CAA, but I did see you here against Drexel. Talk to us. How was this year for you? And I mean, are you looking forward to playing amongst your HBCU brethren once again?
This past year was just kind of up and down for our team. We had two big guys at the beginning of the year. They both got hurt. We got down to our freshman, Kyrie's Mullen. He came all rookie team, but he was like kind of undersized in position. He was a 6'5" man, and the CAA is kind of big guys down there, so we couldn't really match that. So we had three guards that played the whole game. We did our thing, ours double figures. Russell Dean, Jordan Nesbitt, and myself. But just really wasn't enough to get it done. So as a team wise, we had a very bad year, I would say personally. But individually, I would say I had a good year. I was first in conference in threes made in the regular season, 40%. Was a good team leader. Just try my best every night.
Right.
But in terms of me back home, my HBCU boys, I mean, I can't wait to get with them. Me and Sam selected to be HBCU Allstars this past year. So I had a good time down there in Houston with them. We put on a show on national television. He really can go, so just being able to hoop with Sam again is gonna be good. Then I played with some more other guys and two other HBCU events I went to. So it's gonna be a good atmosphere. We're gonna get out there. We're gonna have fun, talk a little trash, and just try to give New York City a show.
All right. So we're going to give this to Darryl real quick because he was igniting this. So, Darryl.
I'm here.
So you got Hampton.
Yeah, I got something too, from VA when you get a chance. I'll yield to the big Darryl.
No problem. But you got Hampton, Howard, and Norfolk State, not us, and Deja Norfolk State on the phone. So go ahead and start your trouble, Darryl. I'm just going to put the microphone on mute.
Well, there's no real trouble. I just want to put everything in perspective. I mean, when we look at the Booker T's, which is the name of one of the men's teams, like Rachel shared earlier in the podcast, that this is HBCU through and through. So we have the ML Kings and the Booker T's, and when you look at the lineup of 20 players, there's not a player on the lineup that didn't receive all conference accolades. And there are actually 6 players that have either played overseas already or they have overseas contracts pending. So, when we look at the lineups, both on the men's side and the women's side, and when Rachel called me and she told me she had Charlene Shepard on the team and she had Tutorial Willis, I said, what? I mean, because these were ladies that really set the bar for women's basketball within their conferences. And, I could go through the entire list of ladies that are playing because most of the ladies made all conference, and I think there's several of them that have overseas contracts pending right now. So I'm excited, to see, the players perform under the big lights, literally, of Broadway, because playing in New York is one thing, but when you play at Rucker Park, I mean, it's like a CIAA final. It's like a MEAC final. It's like a SWAC final. I mean, there's no rewriting your first opportunity at a great impression. And I think the crowd is going to be excited. The band, the hip hop artists, we're blessed to have a world-renowned MC who's got HBCU blood in his system, Joe Pope, doing the play-by-play. So when players like Marquise come by or Lil Curry, aka Khalif Tate, comes by and he says, yo, what's going on? And, he actually engages you while you're on the court because we don't have NCAA rules that we're dealing with. We have the true excitement of merging NCAA basketball with street ball. So, I mean, it's just, when I look at the lineups, I'm just, we were on an interview the other day with Kenny Anderson. And Kenny Anderson, I've known since he grew up in Left Rack City, played Archbishop Malloy, Georgia Tech, NBA, Nets, Celtics, etc. He's got a winning in his DNA. So I know that it's going to be all love. Like Marquise said, you're not in the CAA anymore or any of those other conferences that Hampton transferred to. You're back playing with your brethren within the MEAC, CIAA, SIAC, and the SWAC. So, there's going to be love when you shake hands, but it's going to be all-out war on the court. I guarantee you it's going to be all-out war.
All right,
That's what we like.
Well, Orlando.
Yes.
Orlando, this is Rachel speaking. I have to, because I hear you guys and you're talking about, Howard, and you're talking about the MEAC, but you also have the MEAC champion, Deja Francis. They won the MEAC championship this year.
Well, we're gonna celebrate Deja.
Talk about it.
We're gonna celebrate Deja. We're gonna celebrate Deja. But Deja, hold on one second, because we're gonna bring her in. Hold on, Rach. Hold on. We're gonna let Uncle Rel ask that question because
Deja's on the line now.
Okay, we're gonna get to Deja. 1 second, Deja. Hang on there, because we're gonna celebrate love for our little lady Spartan. Big time love for that one. Big time love.
Don't forget Camille Downs now. Don't forget Camille Downs now. She's also
Camille Downs.
And Kobe, you did 1 year at Howard, correct?
Yeah. I was just there for my grad year.
Okay, all right, no problem. We'll get to that one. But Uncle Rel, ask your question, because I know you wanted to jump on Marquise or something. He Hampton Crabber, that little relationship that y'all got going on down there in Tidewater.
I come in peace. You know what I mean? It's none of that. I'm a Deep Creek Hornet, so clearly all crabbers know about the Deep Creek Hornets. I'm gonna leave that where it is. But no, this is, as a historian as I am, and yes, so eloquent how the the wrap up of what to expect, the energy, in the borough, in Harlem when it's going on. But there's a magic story from Bubba Chuck, one of them coastal Virginia sharpshooters, Allen Iverson, where it was alleged that Joey Crack, Fat Joe, had AI stashed in an undisclosed location, along with Starbury, in them heated battles that he had. And Iverson certainly had partied hard the night before, and literally had to kind of be dragged out to the drag out. Let me use my verbiage correctly. Dragged out to the Rucker, from a long night in New York. So as a Virginia sharpshooter, coastal Virginia bucket, make sure that when you get out there and you hear the energy and the heckles from the announcer, and when they get in you, remember when y'all shake hands, all of y'all done cooked each other at different points in time in games that mattered all throughout and sprinkled throughout the historically Black colleges and universities. So be sure to understand that there are others, there are the shoulders that you're standing on, but from Virginia, from the Commonwealth, be sure to get in there real good. Smack the asphalt when you're playing D, and remember you're repping the Commonwealth.
I got you.
I love it. Did you record that? Because we got to use those lyrics.
Wow.
Hey, that was deep.
Marquise, no pressure. No pressure at all.
Nah, it ain't no pressure at all, but I'm going to do what I always do. That was deep, though. I appreciate that.
Listen, Marquise, you tell your folks
No doubt.
on the broadcast that began at 48 minutes into the broadcast. You can scan right there and just listen to that speech, Uncle Rel. And he does the Uncle Rel halftime shows, so we're used to it. But that was even deep for Uncle Rel.
Look, I had to get in here and play ball with y'all. You got some folk on this call. I had to come in here and play ball with y'all.
So, Uncle Rel, why don't you? I mean, we got Deja Francis. She's the grad student from our alma mater, representing Queens, right? Representing Queens, finally bringing home that championship for the women. Deja, welcome. Thank you for being patient. Behold, young sister, behold.
How you doing? Behold.
So talk to us. You're home, Queens. We know you went to St. Bonnie's, but your grad degrees says Norfolk State, so that's all that matters. But
yeah, my bachelor's also says Norfolk State.
That's even better. But congratulations on the season that you ladies had this year. I mean, you even went toe to toe with the biggest and baddest beast out there at the time, South Carolina State, and you guys got a shout out by Dawn Staley.
Major accolades.
And I mean, I know Rachel, you, Darryl, Uncle Rel, and Marcus talking, the VA thing, but you got a shout out from a Philly legend in Dawn Staley. Like, she raved about you guys.
She said, she quoted, Norfolk State is not a 16th seed. She said that in the microphone at the press conference. That's the first thing she said. They are not a 16th seed. Huge compliment.
That's huge.
I mean, how was the magic carpet ride? Talk to us, Deja.
Oh, can you repeat that question for me once?
I said, how was that magic carpet ride of the season that you ladies had this year?
Oh, of course, that was amazing. We made a lot of history this year, and we had a great team, just all the right pieces, and it was just fun. It was super fun. And shout out to Dawn Staley. That's a basketball legend right there, and she showed love to all the HBCUs, not just us, by the statement that she made. But I'm honored and I'm blessed to even have the opportunity to participate at that level.
Wow. KB?
Deja also went to my high school, Murray Bertram.
Oh, hold on. So hold on, KB. So let's go. Let's swing it to Eva. So talk about that, Eva.
Yes, I went to Murray Bertram High School. I was the only one of my junior high school. I mean, my friends, was a group of us, and we said we're all going to go to Murray Bertram High School. So we didn't know that we had to take a test to get into Murray Bertram. So essentially, I was the only one that passed the test and was accepted. So here I am, the only one out of the 5. It was going to Murray Bertram. I was traveling from Queens on the train and taking a bus to school. So I attended Murray Bertram. I loved it, and I played for Coach G. And when I met Deja and she told me she was in Murray Bertram, I was like, whoa! That's when I was working doing this color analyst for the MEAC tournament, and I met her last year. And when she told me Murray Bertram, I was like, I knew there was a connection. And she's from Queens, New York. And like just her style of play, Deja's an all-around player. So I was always intrigued watching her play. So anytime Norfolk State play, I'm on it. So it was great to be able to get her to play in this particular game, especially coming from Queens, New York.
So Orlando, I want to jump in for a second because I really wanted to go out and see Deja play. I mean, this year I knew she was from New York. I knew she was all out, gym rat, baller. You know what I'm saying? But what happened last year, the year before last, I went to 3 Norfolk State games. The year before, and Coach Vickers told me that if he ever saw me at another Norfolk State game, he was going to have me locked up because each game that I attended, they lost. And Rachel and I went to their game against Coppin, and then I went to their game against Morgan. And Coach Vickers was looking at me and said, "Yo, man, if I see you at another one of our games, I have to arrest you."
Now, Darryl,
so I didn't have a chance to go see Deja play this year because Coach Vickers was going to have me arrested.
Oh wow! Don't even worry, because Darryl, he gave us some grief like that as well. Because when the ladies were here 2 years ago playing against Drexel at home, they didn't work. The inaugural year of KRSB Network, Uncle Rel and KB called that game. I don't remind you, Deja, where Kobe, your Bison won the MEAC tournament, but this year.
Yes,
Your ladies, the ladies return the back to the Norfolk State glory, because in our day, Norfolk State was dominating more. Females were dominating more than the male game, so they had Lisa Rice is the Division II all-time leader in assists in the nation. She was at that time, so they were rolling under James Sweat, who's an icon himself.
Oh, and Orlando, Deja is an aspiring sports analyst. Am I right, Deja?
I did read that in her bio.
Well, come on down, Deja. We got you. See, Darryl can make and mix minds together, so we can definitely do that. For you, Deja, and for Kobe, did they give you guys your MEAC rings yet?
Not yet.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, we got our sizes though.
Okay. All right. I was about to say if they did, definitely wear your bling, but oh well, we can't get that one. So, Uncle Rel.
So just to talk a little bit about Deja and her resume, she selected all MEAC first team 2023. She's a box to row All-American second team, and she led the Spartans in scoring this year. So congratulations, Deja, on an awesome season.
She hitting them books too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just received my master's degree as well. So
congrats.
What part of Queens is Deja from?
I'm from Southside Jamaica.
Oh, okay. Right there at that airport.
So is that like the south side of Chicago? Is that like where it's real tough out there, or what?
Yeah. Yes. If you have Nicki Minaj lyric, it's Southside Jamaica where it's crazy. So that's
it's like the South. It's like the South Bronx, right?
You know, that's what 50 Cent wrote.
Oh no.
Southside Jamaica, Queens.
That's right. That's right.
Welcome to Harlem.
40 Projects is over there.
Wow. Well, listen, all of you, Marquise, Kobe, Deja, we can't wait for next week to have you on the court at Rucker Park. Having fun, first and foremost, showing off, secondly, and I don't even want to put a third thing because Uncle Rel just shut everybody down with that motivational speech, but
that was a threat. That wasn't even
Oh, y'all getting off? Y'all wrapping up? I was really getting heated up.
No, we got Coach B. Wooten's going to join us next, but we want to tell these guys we really appreciate you joining us this evening. We can't wait to see you. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy. And the HBCU Harlem Takeover. That's what it is at Rucker Park next week.
No question. No question.
So,
no question. Leave it that win.
Yeah.
You have me on. Salute and congrats on all of the preparation up until this point. The vision is really the reward. We just getting ready to enjoy the sports.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right,
Stay
you
healthy,
guys.
guys.
Thank you so much. And we're going to pause briefly, reset the lineup again. Still got Khalif Tate that'll join us, but we're going to get Coach B. Wooten on, and she is the head coach of the Althea Aces in that lineup. And Deja, you're going to be playing against your teammate. How do you feel about that, real quick, before I let you go?
I wanted to be on the same time. I mean, on the same team with her and play again just one more time. But it's cool. It's all love. But like you said, when we get on that court, we enemies. So be it.
Wow. Wait a minute. So we gotta send this to Camille what Deja says. So it's at 1 minute and 22 seconds. All right, so we got that mark. So that for sure. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back right after this.
Hello.
And welcome back to the KRSB Network initial podcast here on the KRSB Network. Orlando Hughes, Keya, Byrd, Uncle Rel, Terrell, Dupree, Darryl is there on the phone. Darryl K. Roberts, founder and creator of this event. And we got to get Rachel back on, so I'll do that momentarily here because she disconnected. I'll bring her in. Just 1 second, pot you guys down and bring Rachel in, and she is back on the line. But joining us now, we had Coach Vanessa Watson earlier. Now, her counterpart in KB, another legend, Coach B. Wooten. Welcome to the KRSB Network. You're on the line with Orlando Hughes, Keya, Byrd, Terrell Dupree, Darryl K. Roberts, Rachel Eva Naughton, and Coach, thank you for making some time out of your schedule this evening.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And I know you have a hard time with that B, but it's Barvinia, Coach Barvinia Wooten.
Okay, Coach B. Wooten. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your first name because I'm going to get smacked.
Okay, well, just call me Coach Wooten. How about that? Yeah, that's cool. And I won't let anybody shorten it anymore. It's Barvinia Wooten, but we'll go with Coach Wooten.
All right, got it. Coach Wooten.
That's Coach Barvinia Wooten. Barvinia. It's Barvinia.
Barvinia.
Barvinia. It's just like the B with the gardenia. Barvinia. We got you.
There you go.
Barvinia.
That's right.
Coach
Thank
Barvinia.
you.
Look, Uncle Rel kissing up already.
All right.
Yes, sir. You already know. Okay, hey, look, you better not be mispronouncing no black woman named Miss Barvinia.
No, not a 7-time Hall of Famer. What we
How about that? I'm gonna be quiet now. I just wanted to get the enunciation right. Coach Barvinia, in case anybody didn't get it.
Talking stuff, Coach Wooten.
I know. I gotta get ready for this big event. Come on now, y'all know how they sell them tickets up at Rucker Park. Come on now. I gotta be ready.
Right.
Love it. I love it.
So KB, give us the bio on Coach Barvinia Wooten of the Althea Aces.
Let me take a sip of water so I can say it properly. Coach Barvinia Wooten, 15 years college coach experience. She's instrumental in developing the Women's American Basketball League, which we see a lot of hashtags of the WABL. She coached at her alma mater, Virginia Union, a CIAA HBCU powerhouse. And she was inducted into the VUU Hall of Fame. So, Coach Watson, Coach Wooten, two CIAA legends at opposite ends of the court.
V-State, VU.
Coaching their team to victory. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Coach
And
Walker.
she had her jersey retired. We can't forget that part.
No, you can't forget it. It's hanging in the rafters at VUU, baby. It's always good to be alive to smell the flowers, right?
Yes, it is.
So I'm just thankful and grateful for that opportunity.
Wow. Coach.
Yes.
So, Coach, we talked to Coach Watson earlier.
Okay.
And she was talking about the significance of having a women's all-star game and just the movement of women's basketball itself in general. And how this year was like kind of monumental because the women's NCAA tournament was better than the men's tournament.
Absolutely. And I was there.
Wow. So can you elaborate a little bit more on just this movement? You got Keya Byrd Hooper, Rachel Eva Naughton, another Hooper, St. Paul's Tiger there. So yourself, Hooper, legend, jersey up in the Raptors. And just talk to us about what is women's college basketball today, and in particular HBCU, women's HBCU basketball.
Well, I always like to say this quote, you can't stop an idea whose time has come. And we have been working on this for so long to recognize the women that have paved the way on the HBCU side that deserve this notoriety, that deserves this platform. And I am so excited and honored that I will be a part of that, helping these young ladies understand that they have the talent, just like the D1 counterparts. So to see this coming to fruition, I mean, this is unbelievable. I've spoken to just about every one of my players on the Aces team, and I'm telling you, I'm letting them know this is legacy. This is creating history to be able to come out, showcase their talent at the legend Rucker Park, and to be recognized for the things that they've done and for things that are yet to come. So I'm excited. I thank Rachel and all of you for taking this time to put this on. And it is time for these HBCU women and men to be recognized for their talents and gifts as well.
Yes.
Wow. I have no follow-up for that one, Coach. I'm just going to open it up. So my colleagues, you dropped the mic on the opening.
Orlando, I wanna chime in on that. Not only do I agree with what Coach Wooten said regarding the players being able to showcase their skills in a public arena like Rucker Park, but it's long past due for the young ladies that are in junior high school and high school to be able to see what an HBCU education can do. Because all of these women that are playing have graduated.
Yes.
They're on their way to either a stellar professional career or they're on their way to being part of our society and being able to excel. Like we just spoke about the young lady Deja from Norfolk State and how she went back and she got her master's degree. There's several ladies that are playing in this event on August 5th that came back as graduate students to finish their careers, get their master's degrees at an HBCU. So, I mean, it's a true step up across the board where young ladies that are in high school are going to see that, wow, I can be a BSU Trojan. I don't have to worry about being a USC Trojan.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. And it's amazing that you say that because I remember having to make that decision 40-something years ago in terms of, because, during that time, we didn't have media, we didn't have, Instagram, we didn't have all these outlets that could go out there and find the talent. So to be able to choose to go to a HBCU, I made that conscious decision. I said, you know what? I saw a lot of my friends in the neighborhood, the boys as well as the girls, going to a lot of those PWIs, where I basically said they were just raping them of their talent. All they wanted them to do was run, jump, and throw for them. And at the end of the day, they walked away with nothing, no degree or any kind of skill.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me to have the opportunity to go to a HBCU where I was affirmed in my skin, where I was appreciated, where I was recognized, where I was able to go and get a great education. I mean, again, showing these young people that you don't have to go to a D1 school. You can go right to your HBCU and help grow your own community. So making that decision, I won't even regret it. Going down there playing in the CIAA, you know, CIAA was big. It still is big. It used to be what? The second largest basketball tournament in the nation.
It's number 3. Didn't fall off that much.
Right, exactly. To fall up there to the ACC and the Big East tournaments. Come on, and being able to showcase your skill. I remember playing at the Norfolk Scope, right? And when I got there, because I'm from the Midwest, I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I was used to playing in a diverse community. But when I got to the CIAA down in Norfolk State at the Scope, and I looked up into the crowd, I was like, wow. And please forgive me, y'all, but I was like, where did all these black folks come from? And just the list of these people, and you know the way they dress, the way they carry themselves, I was impressed. I was like, wow, this is what they do down in the South. Okay, I'm loving this. And so you're absolutely right. An opportunity to show these young people that everybody doesn't have to go D1, and you go D2, and you still have an opportunity to further your career. I went back and got my master's as well, and you have an opportunity to further your career and play on a bigger platform. So I'm excited for these ladies and these men as well.
Now, Coach, I know when you at the Scope, and I just got to ask you this, and this is completely off topic. They was probably still playing Frankie Beverly at the school back in the day.
and I got wind of Mr. CIAA. I was like, who is Mr. CIAA?
I love Mr. CIAA. I love him.
He must have been.
And it was probably somebody in the audience saying, "Program $2."
I'm telling you, and you know, and the black folks, they were in their minks, and they had their three-piece suits on. I was like,
the gator shoes.
The shoes, alligator shoes.
Yeah.
But hold on.
But it was always a feeling of family there.
Yes.
At the CIAA tournament. No matter what colors you wore, you were family.
That's right. That's right. And that's still today.
Right.
Even when I coached the Virginia Union and I would bring recruits on campus, the one thing that all of them would say when they left their campus, even if they didn't sign or we didn't sign them, it was all about family. They say, oh, they're so nice, they're so kind. And even when you think about the tailgating parties, you don't have to be from a certain school, right? You basically can go to any tailgating party at an HBCU and you like family.
Get a plate of fish and you're good to go. Yeah.
Hey, I just want to jump in real quick. Coach hit something really, really, really important. Coach, what are the challenges? You mentioned recruiting. When you go into some environments of color, young girls in there, what are the challenges when you're trying to recruit?
Well, you know, it's always number one, the facilities, right? They're always being, those facilities dangled in their face. They can go to this big university where they've got these beautiful locker rooms and they got all this equipment. And I feel like it's important for us to understand that we're going to give you more. We're going to allow you to be you. We're going to teach you how to be authentic. We're going to think you to feel good. And that's, to me, that's worth more than just the facilities. And then we talk about the resources, how they travel. I mean, a lot of these D1 programs, they got charter planes. We don't have no charter planes, right? We got to get on the buses. We got the double header with the man. You know, there's a different type of culture and a different type of experience. But at the end of the day, as Rachel said, it's family. Like
you talked about it.
Get that. You can't get that there at most of those PWIs. And I've spoken to a lot of my friends that went to PWIs, and they were like, "You experienced that? Absolutely." Because
Coach,
they had
you talked about it. That's the value.
There's the value. You had to deal with the racism. They had to deal with discrimination. Come on now. That doesn't go away just because you are a black athlete at a PWI. And I'm not knocking them. Trust me, I'm not, because everybody chooses where they want to go. But if we could tell these young girls, like, come and be affirmed in your skin, be appreciated, have family values. You got small classrooms, right? You got people that care about you, that want to see you successful, and that want you to succeed outside of basketball.
Hey, real quick, and I'm gonna leave it alone because I just want to piggyback off of that. Coach, you said it in your experience when you looked up in the Raptors, seeing those sophisticated, affluent people of color that you were being exposed to. Maybe you're right. We might not be able to catch up completely dollar and cent wise, but maybe if those same boosters and same faces that you saw, let's just say you may have to take a road trip on that bus, but if you had two to three alumni or some that were on those buses that help tell stories and help with life lessons. Maybe those things are the value that, a PWI would never be able to produce, but those are the things that may make it just a little different. Hey, if you miss that uncle feel when you're on the bus or you're away from home and you need that maternal piece that of someone who looks like you, that is the advantage that we do have at the HBCUs, that we may need to go back to the elders. We may need to go back to the tribe and say, y'all may need to accompany some of these students on these trips. It
That's
just
right.
may have to go back to that.
That's right, and pass along that information. Somewhere along the line we didn't pass that baton. And
Yes,
I
ma'am.
hear exactly what you're saying, because I enjoy the opportunity going out here and talking to young people about why you want to go to an HBCU, why choose that, right? And think about going back home. We talked about the homecoming. Can you really go back home to a PWI homecoming and get that same feel, that same flair, that same love? You can't, because it's so large.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's so large, but at the small HBCU, you tailgated, everybody's family, everybody's talking, like you said.
It's a family reunion.
It's a family reunion, exactly. And it's like, we are people that I feel we're people that feel, right? We're a loving kind of people. We love the nurturing. We love to be around each other. And I just think that's just great for me. And I won't trade it for nothing in the world. I did have a chance to go to the PWIs, but I made a conscious decision because I wanted to take my skill and my talent and help my own.
Wow. You talk about that, the homecoming, coach, just to run off of that. Homecoming this year at Norfolk State, it was over 85,000 people on campus.
Whoa.
85,000 people. And
Wow.
I broadcasted Elizabeth City State versus Lincoln. It was their homecoming, and that was jam-packed, just 35 minutes away. And so and this was the first post-COVID year for homecoming. So everyone kind of celebrated, and that feeling to just seeing the generations of people at the school, and it was like it does something to you. Like it really does something to you.
Well, and to that point, and I actually, like, again, being a part of the Women's American Basketball Association, the WABA, I started my own team, the Richmond Roadrunners. And the reason why I started that team, just like Rachel and you all have started this HBCU Allstar tournament, is to recognize those young ladies and men that came out of the Division II schools that don't get picked up by the WNBA, or get an opportunity to go overseas. So my goal was to provide them a platform where they can still continue their basketball career on a professional level. And I'm telling you, I'm loving it, because majority of my players, I've got like 2 PWI players on my team, but majority of them are HBCUs, and we allow them to showcase their talent on this platform with the opportunity to get a look at the WNBA and or get a contract overseas.
Wow, that's awesome. Wow. But can I also expound on Coach Barvenia Wooten's achievements? I mean, alongside of her collegiate achievements and her professional achievements, she is a published author.
Right.
Can you talk about your book?
No,
Coach Wooten?
it's 2 books, Rachel. 2 books, Coach told me yesterday.
2 books.
Yes,
2 books.
2
And
books.
I'm working on the 3rd one. I got to finish the 3rd one. So
wow, that's awesome.
My first book is up and running, and the journey continues. And I felt like God laid it on my heart that I need to tell my own story, because I had accomplished so many things in my life, and I was like, nah, somebody go write about this woman. I just it felt that, and I was like, I wanted to tell my story. And because I go to a lot of professional development seminars, and they talk about everybody has a story, and you don't need nobody else writing your story, because when people do, when they write your story, they don't tell the truth. They spin it. They don't get the right information. So I wrote that book, and I've done quite well with that book, going out and speaking at different events. And then my second book. Now watch this, y'all. Y'all probably said, what else you didn't do at Virginia Union? I was Miss Virginia Union my senior year, a homecoming queen. And so one of the queens, Cherie Tilley, decided to do a book, and it's called the Legacy of the Crown. And what she wanted to do was chronicleize all of the queens from Virginia Union. So
Awesome.
we came together and we co-authored on a book, and we were able to tell our story. So I told my story about my reign as a BUU homecoming queen. And then my third book, my mom transitioned 3 years now ago, and so I'm helping to finish writing her book. So
That's
I should have her book done by September. I'm hoping to get it by September. So yes, so published author.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Coach.
So I got to make my time. You know what Muhammad Ali said, don't count the minutes, make the minutes count.
That's right.
And that dash, you don't know when you came in, you don't know when you're leaving, but you know what's in between. So enjoy the dash.
Wow.
That's right.
Okay. Well, Coach, you said enough. you said enough. And
well, I'm excited. I can't wait to come up to Rucker. You know what? That's like a dream come true. That's like, wow. Like, I'm like, my favorite fairy tale was Cinderella. Like, I'm getting ready to put on my shoes, right? I'm going to the ball.
well,
I am going to the ball.
We are ecstatic about you joining and participating. Your Althea Aces next week at Rucker Park starts at 4:30. It is sold out. So all you can do is listen or watch here on the KRSB network. Myself, Okarel, we're gonna get Rachel to sit down. We also
yeah, right.
I love it. I love
Good
it.
luck.
We're gonna get Rachel to sit down, and we also have you know, a little surprise that you'll see as well. But Coach, we can't wait to see you. We thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All
Okay.
right.
Oh, wait. One more thing. Coach is a soror.
Oh,
She is
DST,
a
baby.
Delta.
That's it. Delta. Hey, wait a minute. Let me say this in closing. See, that's why when you go to an HBCU, you can do all those things. How about that?
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
All right. Thank you,
Agreed.
Coach.
Okay,
Coach.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach
All righty.
Wooten there, head coach of the Althea Aces. And last but not least, before we wrap this up real quickly, a young man, they call him Little Curry. And he's not that little, but 6'10" out of DC, also a Virginia Union Panther. And I guess you got some lessons there, Khalif. Hearing the stories of Virginia Union. But Khalif Tate is joining us. He is the last guest. My apologies, Khalif, for not getting to you a little bit earlier. We kind of ran all out of sequence, had some of your teammates on. But welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
See, now y'all gonna make that man drop 40.
Hey.
That's probably be the goal. That's probably be the goal next Saturday.
Just tell the DJ to have some go-go music queued up.
and Khalif, you don't have to worry because Uncle Rel will bring the mambo sauce, so don't even worry about that.
Believe it.
So listen, as I told you when we spoke earlier, man, we had the opportunity to see you. We saw you guys in Atlanta. We saw you up here against Lincoln. We saw you down at the CIAA tournament. I know who you are. KB knows who you are. Uncle Rel knows who you are. I even think Darryl's seen you a time or two this year. Tell us a little bit. Tell us about yourself, man, and what you guys accomplished at Union. Didn't get the goal that you wanted, but you had a hellified season.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna do a little background check on myself. So I'm just a young man from Washington D.C. from a neighborhood, a dangerous neighborhood. First one out of my family graduated college, so that was a major accomplishment for me, and my family, my mom and stuff. Well, at Union, I was came to Union my senior year out of high school, but everybody wanted to take that D1 route, so I took that D1 route up Niagara University. Stayed there 2 years, but I didn't really like it. For real. But, everybody want to take that D1 route. So my high school coach and Coach Butler, good thing I had him on a backhand because he knew me since he been recruiting me since my freshman year of high school, and I thanks to him for giving me that opportunity to come to Union and showcase my talent. But overall, playing for Coach Butler was amazing. I wish I had one more year with him, but like you said, we didn't get to go. But my overall at Union was amazing. When I say it's amazing, I wish I could do it again. I wish I would have came in my senior year of high school, but like I said, everybody want to take that D1 route, you know. But I love Union and stuff like that. Homecoming, like she said, the homecoming is love up here. Once you come back to Union, it's family. It's family. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to coming from my first alumni homecoming this October.
Oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Like, I'm gonna love it. I was a student here for 3-4 years. Now I'm an alumni. So coming October, I can say I went here. People know my face. Oh, that's that kid that wore number 0 was shooting the ball from deep. Was a captain on the team and stuff like that. So I'm proud to be a Union alumni. That's all.
KB?
Well, Khalif, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about your 3-point shooting. I was reading, as a high school player, you were touted as one of the top guards in DC. Were you always the shooter on your team, or is that something you developed later in your career?
No, I always can shoot the ball, but once I start like getting my rhythm going, like if I see one going, I'm not missing no more. So
it looks like an ocean to you after that.
Yeah, I develop my shooting all the time, but I be trying to work on my other games like mid-range, attacking the basket, finishing around the basket, because that's my weakness and stuff like that. But my shooting, that was one thing I was working on during my high school career.
Rachel?
And do you have any plans to stay around the game of basketball since you've graduated?
Not really. You got Raymond Wright coming up New York with me next Saturday. We playing the summer leagues down there in Richmond and stuff like that. But overall, all the seniors that graduated with me this past year from Union, I don't think nobody stayed playing basketball. Like continue.
We're looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
Rachel? Do we lose Eva?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Any questions for Khalif?
I just want to know, Khalif, what was it like going to HBCU, and now that what does it mean to you now that you'll be playing at the Rucker Park, coming from an HBCU? What does it mean to you?
Well, what it means to me, going to a HBCU is love. Like I've been going to other people's homecomings, like other school homes, coming North Carolina A&T and stuff like that, and I see how they show love to their alumni, love around the campus and stuff like that. And once I come back to Union, it's the same way. Every HBCU is the same way. They show love, family. We all family.
Yes.
Stuff like that. And what was the other question? I'm sorry about that.
No, it was basically a combined question, so you pretty much answered it. Just coming from HBCU, and now you're playing at the Mecca, Rucker Park.
And I'm playing at Rucker Park with Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, and all the NBA legends play down there. I'm excited.
And you got Pee Wee Kirkland. Pee Wee Kirkland is a legend.
Yeah. I never played on a Rucker Park court. This is my first time. Time playing on the court. So I'm gonna make a statement, trying to leave my name up there for people to talk about that kid Khalif Tate from Virginia Union. He put on the show for us, and he did not disappoint us.
Wow.
And that's awesome. That's awesome. And just be prepared. A lot of the young kids, they're gonna come asking you for your autograph. So just be prepared for that type of attention.
Wow. Uncle Rel? We lost Uncle Rel. All right. Well, Khalif, man, thank you for one, being patient, and two, for joining us. We cannot wait to see you next Saturday. Have fun, and congratulations on being the first of many more in your family to graduate from the HBCU.
Salute, salute, salute.
Oh, see, there's Uncle Rel.
Appreciate
See,
that.
Uncle Rel even does it on our podcast, KB.
Yeah, it's the technology, you all. But definitely salute. Thank you so much for continuing to be a quality example to those that look like you. Keep striving, King.
Yeah, thank y'all for having this interview with me, and I was happy to see y'all next Saturday up in New York, Rucker Park. Let's get this show going on.
All right,
Likewise, I can't wait.
Let's bring it.
Can't wait.
Let's bring it.
No. And Orlando, don't be surprised if you see me and Darryl going up head to head on the court, because he does talk trash to me anytime we on the basketball court. So if you see us hustling and you see me tapping the backboard on them, don't say nothing. Just mind your business, everybody.
Just
okay.
mind your business.
We got the FanDuel. We got the FanDuel bets already going. Yeah, because I remember in the initial introduction podcast, y'all were talking about playing 1-on-1. So yeah, Orlando and I are prepared to broadcast that. We got our FanDuel bets in.
Yes.
Y'all gonna keep pushing.
That is crazy.
So, Darryl, let's take us home, Darryl. Tell us again what have we been spending the last 91 minutes talking about?
Well, I don't like to use the words epic, historic, but I mean they apply to this situation because we're entering into an area that's never been attempted before. I mean, one of the things that Rachel and I sat down and we had to kind of dissect is that, okay, we're getting ready to do something that's unprecedented, unthinkable, unobtainable. And the only reason that we're doing it right now, aside from our passion, is that no one else wanted to tackle it. I mean, just think about it. We're bringing 45 of the best HBCU players in the world into New York City, along with 8 of the best coaches. That's never been done before. Right. So, I mean, when you push all those things aside, I mean, those are the things that cause, sleepless nights and all that. And that's what we're going through at this point in time. The games are going to be epic. It's going to be legendary. There's going to be stories written, like the stories about Pee Wee Kirkland and Joe Hammond and Tiny Archibald and Dr. J and, of course, Kobe and Kobe Bryant. I mean, but these players on both the women's side and the men have an opportunity to come out there with a white canvas with their colors that represent their school, their family, their traditions that go all the way back to 1837. They've got an opportunity to really create history. And that's what, I'm really looking forward to more than, the individual matchups, which are going to be crazy, because you're going to see Khalif going up against his nemesis, Corey Williams from Lincoln University. You're going to see two teammates, Najee Garvin, going up against Marquise Goodwin. I mean, you're going to see things like that are just going to be mind-blowing. You're going to see 2 former teammates at Norfolk State playing against one another in a championship winner-take-all type of battle. You're going to see fierce coaching matchups where, the X's and the O's aren't going to mean as much as the storylines. Boys are going to be the storyline that means more than the X's and O's. So, we've got a lot to look forward to. We've been blessed with awesome weather
Daryl, don't
forecast.
talk about the weather. Don't talk about the
Well,
weather.
I can talk about it now. I haven't talked about it up until now, but I can talk about it now. But the predictions are sunny, 82 degrees, not sweltering hot like it was in New York today. So, I mean, I'm just looking forward to it. And I'll see you guys next Saturday.
Wow. Thank you so much, Daryl, for giving us this opportunity here at the KRSB Network. Our ties to all the HBCUs, but in particular to Lincoln University, and covering the Lions, and just
first degree granting HBCU.
The first degree.
Come through, Lucius. Somebody come through for Lucius.
I had to get that in. I had to get Dr. Allen would fire me, if I didn't say first degree granting.
But I mean, Rachel,
yes,
talk to us, Miss St. Paul's Tiger. Let's talk to us about this event real quick. I mean, before you even get into it real quick, the Sojo Truce taking on the Althea Aces 4:30. ML Kings taking on the Booker T's at 7:00. Live here on the KRSB Network. Great job to both you and Darryl for assembling this amazing opportunity. And all of these players love the fact of they're coming to New York.
Yes. The atmosphere is going to be electrifying. I mean, I can't wait. I can't imagine what the fans are going to be saying and cheering. Just to see these women is yes, at Rucker Park the women do play, but just coming from the HBCU environment, I mean, I think the community is going to love it. It's going to be amazing. I have people texting me today and say, I'm bringing 10 people. Can I get 10 tickets? I'm like, you have to go to Eventbrite, So, and then with it being sold out, I mean, you just, hey, the park, everybody stands around the gate of the park. So it's going to be an electrifying atmosphere. And I can't wait.
And,
I cannot wait.
And again, the FanDuel, we already placed our eyes. We're not going to tell you what we did, but definitely placed our eyes on that one. We do have an extra Shure microphone broadcast set to slide on by the booth. Both you and Darryl are required to stop by the booth. Can't wait. Again, thank you for this opportunity. Uncle Rel, I mean, you still got any win after that motivational speech?
Well, it's just great to be amongst company of greatness. Those that have a vision, like all of you, all the coaches and the players and the experience. I mean, look what we've all been a part of this evening. And this is just the precursor. So what I have is just to continue to say thank you for all the moments like this. And let's lace them up, y'all. Let's go.
I'm going to say my last piece, though. I mean, Rucker Park is a true testament to the power of sports in bringing communities together. So everyone, please come down to the Rucker Park and experience the magic for yourself.
Right. And KB, take us home.
I mean, just to piggyback off of what Rachel and everyone has said, this is an exciting event. I've been counting down my days like a little kid waiting for her birthday or something, because I can't wait to be there and just really feel the energy. I mean, I've watched plenty of videos about Rucker Park, but just to be there, and I can't wait to meet, some of the legends like Pee Wee Kirkland, because when he tells a story, all of a sudden it becomes an HD. Like, you really feel like you're there. So I'm looking forward to it and being around everybody next Saturday and seeing some great HBCU basketball.
All right, everybody. Thank you. You've listened to the inaugural presentation of KRSB Network's podcast. Uncle Rel's been on me for like over a year and a half to do a podcast, and it took Darryl to get me to do a podcast. So but we did it, and I thank you guys. I mean, it's great. You talk about over 90 minutes broadcast. So I will say thank you I'm looking up at a picture of Gil Scott-Heron. This HBCU All-Star Dream Classic will be televised right here on the KRSB Network next Saturday.
That's right. That's right.
It will be televised.
Darryl, ice those knees. Get ready for that one-on-one game.
You don't want to be here from my C. I love my HBCU. I do. I love my HBCU. I do.
Blacker than a college, the sweeter the knowledge. The blacker the college, the sweeter the knowledge.